everybody. Joseph Reed with Singing News. We're at the National Quartet Convention 2023. What an exciting year already. One of my favorite parts of being here at the National Quartet Convention is being able to talk to so many great artists. I feel like there are just hundreds of artists. There are booths. Artists are visiting, roaming the halls. Everybody's saying hello. You see them shaking hands and hugging necks. Great music going on in the main auditorium, showcases through the day, main concerts at night, and so many booths and vendors under this roof. It's just an exciting week. I went to my first National Quartet Convention back in 1989. I was one. I'm just kidding. I was not one. I believe I was 15 years old, and my dad took me, and I've been to dozens since. And I've been every year here at the LeConte Center since 2014. So we're glad to be in the Smokies and glad to bring you some very special guests here. I have Neely and Leslie with Fields of Grace. Hello, ladies.
Hello. Good to be here.
Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Fields of Grace is a name people have heard on Singing News Radio before. But Leslie, tell me a little bit about you guys.
Fields of Grace has been singing for around 10 years as a group. Mm-hmm. It's myself and my husband, Nate. He's not with us this week. But and then we have Neely, and we're a trio. We're out of Candler, North Carolina. That's near Asheville.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So.
Well, Candler, North Carolina is the home of other great Southern gospel groups y'all may have heard of, such as the Primitive Quartet. They're doing a farewell reunion this week here at the Quartet Convention. And did you grow up listening to any of them? Because your group not only is Southern gospel, but you have a bluegrass influence in your group.
We do. And Neely also sang with the bluegrass group before she came to us. I grew up in church with the Primitive Quartets. We're out of the same church.
Okay.
And we've been blessed to sing at Hominy Valley. And good. I went there every summer when I was a kid and grew up with their daughters, really. So.
That's
fantastic. They're a big part of our ministry, really. And a good encouragement.
Well, and they're just the kindest people.
They're great. They're
kind. They're friendly everywhere they go. You see them walking around at the bus, or they're coming off the stage. They're just the same. Just sweet people that love the Lord. And it was sad to see them retire. So many retirements the past few years. The McGameys and now the Primitive Quartet. Other groups have retired. And I feel like it's just been a roller coaster. I feel I'm definitely the oldest one sitting at this table. But it's like a whole generation has passed. The cathedrals that I were raised on, they're all past. The Happy Goodmans, artists like that, big influences on me. So, Neely, tell me whether bluegrass, whether Southern gospel. Tell us a little bit of your musical influences in your life.
Well, I grew up mostly just in church listening to gospel music.
Mm-hmm.
We started a smaller family bluegrass group a couple years ago, just a couple friends and family. It was mostly picking and a little bit of singing. I didn't play anything.
And a whole lot of grinning.
A whole lot of grinning. But, we had fun with that for a while, and once COVID hit and we were all pretty young, and some got married, some went to college, and we kind of fizzled out. But I really got into Southern gospel when I joined them. I hadn't really listened to it as much as bluegrass normally.
Right.
But now I love it. And I love what drew me to them, because I joined them about a year ago, was how just how unique the sound really is.
You're right.
Like there's
You're
kind
right.
of a mixture of a little bit of everything, which is really fun for me as a singer.
I think it's what sets it apart as a music genre. And you see so many styles under the umbrella of Southern gospel, because you have the Primitive Quartet, the Isaacs, and then you go over to the other side, you have Jason Crabb, you have the Gaither Vocal Band, you have the progressive sounds of newer talent, even in the quartet business, like Ernie Haas and Signature Sound. Of course, they've been around 20 years, but they just made such a positive quartet impact over the past 20 years. So bluegrass artists that you loved, tell us some of them. Of course, Dole Lawson and Quicksilver have to be on that list.
Yeah, definitely.
And what, do you play music? Do you play instruments?
No,
or are you just a
I'm
vocalist?
not. I haven't figured that out
You
yet.
just got
I wish I could.
Your instrument's the voice.
Yeah,
That's
voice
right.
is main instrument. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing
We're
wrong
always
with that.
Paul Williams fans.
Oh,
Yeah.
Paul Williams.
Yeah, we love him.
Oh, man. I love that. I cut my teeth on the Bluegrass Cardinals when I grew up.
Okay.
People like the Dole Lawson and Quicksilver and, my goodness. Who is that? Larry. Oh, man. Larry Sparks and the Lonesome Ramblers. That's taking it back. I'm talking way too old for these young ladies right there. Way too old. Joe, their manager's in here, and he's like, I know who that is. I'll tell you that. That's some good talent. So tell me what's new, Leslie, with Fields of Grace. What's going on right now with you guys? How busy have you been?
Well, we've recently moved over to a family music group and finished our first CD with Les Butler. We've got a new release off of that, all because of Mercy, and we're kind of doing that last-minute stuff to get the new CD ready, and we've been really busy with that. Really busy with getting some new music with Neely since the transition, since she joined us about a year ago. And we've been really excited about all the new things that have been happening.
Do you feel comfortable in the studio? It's so different, isn't it, from singing live in concert at a church than being in the studio?
I don't really feel I wouldn't say I feel comfortable in the studio, but when you have a song that you love and you're singing it, that's when you get comfortable, I guess.
The studio can be intimidating.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, all the bells and whistles and the
Yeah, it
surrounding. When you're singing to people that aren't there, you're trying to connect to people on an emotional level
Right.
that will be listening to the project. It is tough, and I know that when you guys go into the studio, that you take very seriously the songs that you record. They have to mean something to you.
Yeah.
So, Neely, tell me one of your favorite songs that you guys sing right now. Or it can be a couple of favorites.
You want something off the new one?
Sure, yeah, why not?
Probably is one that I sing. It's called Still Waters. It's definitely more bluegrass inspired of the songs, but it's got a really good message. And when the first time I heard it, I had texted them, and I'm like, I really want to do this one. So I was really excited. And in the studio, it was really, really fun to record. Being in that box and just hearing it, it was so beautiful. Yeah.
Well, when you hear a song, if it strikes you personally, even if it's an upbeat song or maybe it's a ballad, but if it hits you somehow, you feel passionate about it, makes you want to record it, makes you want to sing it. That's why a lot of people still sing. You'll hear main stage artists singing what we call in the music business as a cover song of another artist. You have Second Half Quartet. They sing some Cathedrals material, and you'll have Ernie Haas's signature sound bringing out songs that have been sung by other artists because they're meaningful and they mean something emotionally in here. And I know you guys are always really good at picking out music for recording. Now, Leslie, since your husband is not here to speak for himself, he couldn't be with them this year, we're going to get you to introduce your husband to the people. Tell us a little bit about your husband and make sure that it's all good.
Well, he probably has the most musical background of any of us. He grew up with both his dad and his mom sang in the 70s, and his Papa was a preacher, so they would travel around when he would hold revivals and sing in small churches in western North Carolina, Tennessee. They traveled a lot. They ended up all the way up in New Jersey, but Singing Believers, that was the name of his mom's group. So he's done that since he was young, and he's got a beautiful voice. I enjoy singing with him.
That's really cool. Yeah. And you're in love.
Yeah, that too.
How long have you been married?
22 years.
Stop.
23 this year. Yeah.
Well, my goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, you look 22 yourself.
Yeah. Well, we got married in 2000, so the math's really easy.
Oh, that makes it easy.
Yeah.
That makes it easy. I overheard, I'm not even going to say who it is, but I overheard somebody at our singing news booth the other day asking, Mom, what day did I get married? What was it, the 13th or the 14th? I said, dude, you better figure that out real quick. Just recently married. Couldn't remember the date.
Yeah, I was
What's
going to
wrong
have
with
to
that?
practice that one.
Well, as a guy, I know I can speak for all guys out there. The memory does get a little tougher the older we get. Fields of Grace are with us. We're at the National Quartet Convention in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, here in the Smoky Mountains. Tell me what you guys think, Neely, about the Quartet Convention. What's it like roaming these halls? I know it's early. It's just really a day 2 or a full day 1 here. But tell me what your experience has been.
Well, last year was my first one. I had just joined the group. I had met them probably twice before I came. I hadn't even sang with them yet. And so at first it was a little bit chaotic, but this year I'm just really excited to meet people and talk to them and make new connections. And it's been nice hearing about how some of our songs have touched people, so that's been really helpful. And
isn't that great when you hear that? Girl, that's why you do what you do.
Exactly.
Is to encourage the believers and draw people to Christ. Leslie, tell me how everyone can get a hold of you guys. We want them to hear your music. We want them to find out how they can get your music, and we want them to find out how they can contact you if they want any information, even about bringing you to their church or event.
All right. Well, they can contact us through Facebook on our Fields of Grace Facebook page. Our email is fieldsofgracemusic@gmail.com, and then we have our website, fieldsofgracemusic.com. And they can call my dad at Joe Belcher, 828-231-8002. We'd love to talk to anybody. We're excited. We've got a new song coming out called All Because of Mercy, and it's a cover of a Casting Crowns song.
Oh, great.
We took their bridge and instead put a hymn for the bridge at Calvary.
Ooh, that sounds great.
So it's beautiful, and it's got a great message. We're really excited about it.
Well, I told Joe earlier I can't wait to hear it, and I'm just so pleased that you guys took time to be with us and able to introduce you to the audience out there, a lot of people that may not know you as you're up and coming in this business. Thank you for taking time, and we appreciate you. We want you guys out there to make sure that you find out more about Fields of Grace. What a great name, too. I mean, it's when you think of a field, you just see so much space, so much depth, and that's the way grace is. It's just so huge. The Bible even says that the sins of the world are cast into a sea of forgetfulness, never to be remembered again. As far as the east is from the west, that's the way His grace is.
That's good stuff.
Fields of Grace. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
thank you.
We're at the National Quartet Convention 2023. I'm Joseph Reed for Singing News.